Well, thanks for tuning in today. We're going to be doing a Qigong shaking practice to shift your energy. So I sort of had this imagination that it's in the afternoon and you're at your desk, at your workspace, and you have just finished sending an email that was challenging for you to send for whatever reason. Or you had uh, interaction with somebody that was a little challenging. So we're going to start seated today and move to standing, and you can stop anywhere along the way. But I just wanted to show you that this practice can be done just about anywhere. So with the idea that sending an email or having an interaction with somebody that's stressful can be challenging and hard to shift out of that place that we're often in after something like that. So we're not going to take a whole lot of time to like assess how we feel. You know how you feel after an email or an interaction like that. So knowing that you're having this feeling that feels really ick and you want to change things up, just start by flicking fingers. And sometimes when I do this, I'm imagining that I am like flicking off the letters of the email that I just sent, like the words that I just said, or the words that came out of my mouth that were difficult. And take a few deep breaths here and start to become aware of what's going on in your fingers. Maybe you're doing this in a pattern. I just seem to fall into a pattern today. Or maybe it doesn't really have a pattern, totally up to you what feels good. Maybe try both. And then start bringing that shaking or that get off kind of sensation into your wrists. And again, maybe you're moving from side to side. Maybe you're up here. And maybe you're in a pattern, or maybe it's really random, depending on how you're feeling, what your energy is telling you in your body. More into the wrists here. And then start taking it into the shoulders. We carry so much on our shoulders and on our backs. Whew, let whatever is attached to you and feels like it just won't get off, flick right off the ends of your fingers, maybe like water droplets, maybe like something more nefarious that you want to get rid of, like a toxin or a poison. And then sort of definitively bring shoulders up and let everything come out your hands. And again, we can do this out to the sides and out to the front. We don't want to like send negative energy to somebody or onto somebody. So side to side, no matter how you're feeling. And anything you send out and up, remember that the environment is very good at taking what we consider wasteful and turning it into real good fertilizer and repurposing it. So you could do a lot just seated, right? One last thing I want to show you seated. Hopefully you've already been moving in a way that feels good to your arms and your shoulders and your back. So I want you to take that into this next part. And that's to shake your head a little bit. And so this is going to be like little bursts. So little bursts of yes, and little bursts of no. And if this isn't for you, that's totally fine. Come back to shaking off on your arms, but give this a try. I'm just shaking in this way. And one that that I have always really liked is I've got water in my ears. Got to get the water out of my ears. And so just do it for a couple seconds and come back. And maybe mix it up a little bit. Have your head come forward. And I know you look ridiculous. I look ridiculous too. Nobody can see you. And you can add these two things together. And this might be enough for you to have changed your energy or at least feel ridiculous and not have that sort of negative connotation of the interaction that you just had. But if you want to bring this into a bigger movement, I'm going to come and stand and I'm going to move this chair out of the way so you can see me too. So try the same movement standing, the bringing the energy up and shaking it out at the ends of your fingers. And you can have some fun with this now because you could actually move around and add maybe some swaying movement to that if that feels good, forward and back. Again, maybe this more rhythmic way of doing it feels good, or maybe it's more static or not as flowy, sort of random, because maybe that's how your energy is feeling. So explore both of those, all of those. There's infinite ways to do this. As you're doing it this way, can you add your feet now? And maybe it looks more like this. Qigong teacher Terry Coburn calls this doing the hoedown. Sort of feels like a hoedown, getting the whole energy to rise up through your legs and down and up and out of your hands. So almost like you have something stuck on the bottom of your foot. And maybe that's how that interaction felt. like you stepped in something and you got to get it off of your foot. Experiment with keeping your feet stationary so that everything ripples out through your body and out through your hands eventually. And kind of become so curious about all the different ways that you can move with the idea of shaking off what you don't need anymore for the rest of your day. Side to side, up high. And then a couple of minutes of freestyle. What else can you do? What's calling to you that feels really interesting and unique and ridiculous and like you're a 6-year-old with your friends? Qigong has the ability to bring us back to our childhood because there's some innate knowledge in movement for kids, right? So as we start to wrap this up, any last minute ways to move that might feel good, something you're curious about? Notice your breath getting deeper. You know you're going to start to slow down. As you begin to come to stillness, allow your body to arrange itself in a way that feels supportive for you here. Maybe you've gone back to seated. And take a moment to check in. If it feels good to you to close your eyes, you can go ahead and do that. What do you notice? I notice, my heartbeat has definitely come up. My breath has quickened. And the exhales really do feel like clearing to me right here. Boy, my fingers and hands feel really tingly. I'm very, very aware of them. And it feels like what I did, it felt good in my body, but it also felt fun and a little silly. So there's a lightness to how I feel right now. The energy has definitely shifted for me. When it feels like a good time, go ahead and allow the shades of your eyes to rise up if your eyes were closed. You could swivel your head on your neck to take in what's around you. Maybe some gentle movements here, some gentle circles. If you have a swinging practice, we've done that before. It's a good time to switch into a swinging practice. But maybe it's time to go get a snack or cuddle one of your pets that you might have nearby, or do one more thing to kind of cement the idea that you've shifted your energy and you don't need to go back to the place that was challenging for you just a few minutes ago. These practices really don't take a long time. So thank you for playing along with me. I hope this was helpful for you.